Yes guys, and welcome to another video. Apologies, it has been quite some time since the previous one. I think the last video was a few days before the Millwall game. I did go up to the Millwall game and I was in the northeast for a few days, hence why I couldn't make a video surrounding that game, which I did explain in the previous video. But the reason I did mainly go up is because I went to get my my first Sunderland tattoo. Of course, if you know me and you've seen us, I've got quite a lot of tattoos, but I hadn't got a Sunderland one yet, so I had to add that to the list. I'll put it up on screen now. Let us know what you think. It looks a lot better now than it does in the pictures. In real life, it looks a lot better, should I say. But yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon with it, and I hope you guys can appreciate it as well. I absolutely love it. So yeah, I got the tattoo done up in the northeast, and then I stayed over to watch the Millwall game. But then by the time I got back to Blackpool, but on the Monday, I was so ill, and I was ill for days, and I've only just started to feel a bit more human this morning. So yeah, I'm back now, guys. I'm back. So we've got quite a bit to go over, of course. I'm not going to go into depth in the Millwall game. That's long gone now. It was a good win, decent performance, improved, and arguably should have put them to the sword a bit more than we did, because we did make some great chances. We had to hold on a little bit at the end. The Luke O'Nien penalty was a bit questionable. Fortunately, we still come away with a win. But yeah, so we got back to winning ways there. It was a good 3 points, particularly at home. But since then, we have had the news, of course. Tom Watson, he is going to be joining Brighton next season. Now, 10 million quid plus add-ons, which is what I believe it is to be, for a lad that's played 14 games for us and 4 or 5 starts or whatever it is. So he's played 14 games, and only a handful of them has been really good. I'll give him that. To get 10 million for that, I'm absolutely fine. Is it sad that there's a lad that's jumping at the first opportunity, you know, coming up from the academy? Yeah, of course, it's a bit upsetting, and he's absolutely got plenty of potential in the lad. But as he is right now, I don't think he's anywhere near Mundle, or at least I don't think he's at the same level as Mundle at the moment. So to get 10 million for him, that's great, fantastic. As Regis said in the pre-match presser to the West Brom game, he said the timing's a bit strange and a bit odd. But yeah, people have asked me whether I think we should be playing him for the remainder of the season. I think his mind is going to be elsewhere. Regardless of what he says, I know he has to be professional, but I think his mind is going to be elsewhere. Just naturally, that's going to be the case. Particularly now that it's been announced as well. And when Mundle's fit, like I said, I think he's a better player. So with me, it's frustrating because we're paying a lad, but it's one of them. Like, will his mind be in it, and in such a critical part of the season? It's a difficult one. I think even if we didn't know he was going to Brighton, like I said, with Mundle being fit, he gets in ahead of Watson for me anyway. So that's a debatable point. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. But we will move on from Watson. Like I said, it was a strange time to announce it. You know, there's been a lot of and ahhing about Ian Hart, and I know that essentially, I think it's Danny Graham that's actually his agent, I think anyway, but Watson's just banging Hart's daughter apparently, and Hart made a couple of little comments here, sort of digging out, saying don't listen to the shit from the outside and all this kind of stuff, and this is why they don't play football, and armchair and all armchair fans and all this kind of stuff, and I just think, what a knobhead. What an absolute prick. Either way, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to give him any limelight, because the bloke's just a fucking clown. But anyway, yeah, so that's my thoughts on Tommy Watson situation. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. But West Brom, tomorrow, it's the early kickoff at the Hawthorns. Again, it's going slightly off tangent a little bit. I was supposed to be going to that game as well. I've actually got quite a few mates from Sunderland themselves coming down on a minibus. We're meant to be picking me up and then going down to West Brom to watch the game. But the bloke who was sorting out our tickets, everything fell apart last minute. So we're kind of making the best of it. They're still getting the minibus. They're coming down to Blackpool. I'm going to be watching the game in Blackpool. So I'm sure you can imagine why you won't be getting a review tomorrow afternoon, because I'll be out with the Sunderland lot in Blackpool, which will be a laugh. You might get something on the Sunday, so apologies, there might be another little break in content as well, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Should be a good day, making the best of a bad situation. But taking on West Brom, currently 6th in the league. Their form's been indifferent lately. They got beat by Norwich last time out. It was a late Sargent goal against Norwich, which got Norwich the 3 points there. I think they had 3 draws and a win as well in the last 5. They've had a couple of difficult games in there, though, to be fair to them. They had Burnley and Leeds in somewhat sort of fairly quick succession, where, of course, they got draws. So yeah, they're a good team, particularly, and we know what a Tony Mowbray side is as well, hard-working. They like to be on the ball, a possession-based side. And I just hope that we go there with the ambition to hold the ball ourselves as well, not just to sit back and go on the counter, which can be great at times, particularly if you defend right and you do keep yourself structured and rigid at the back. You are very disciplined in that sense, and then the counter-attack can work. But I just know that when we have players fit and players are coming back, I want us to believe in our ability again to keep hold of the ball and maintain possession, not just await them to make mistakes, then we can just quickly pounce. I want us to dominate. I know it's away from home, but still, just have the confidence to do it, because I believe we can do it. But yeah, so there is a little bit of injury news. I guess Hjelder's back in the frame. Lafay has been on the training ground now and should be ready to play. And for me, if Lafay is fit and he's ready to go and he's training, first team training, full whack, he starts for me, head and shoulders above everyone else. It's just the way that it is. I think he absolutely should be starting. Whether he does, that remains to be seen. I don't know whether Rodgers might just give him 20 minutes or something at the end of the game. I'm not too sure. But with Hjelder coming back, and of course we do have the injuries to contend with at full back, I think Alan Brown was perfectly competent and perfectly fine at right back against Millwall. I know Millwall aren't exactly the same as West Brom, but Alan Brown, he's got the experience. He's played there several times for Preston in the past. And possibly even on international duty. And he looked more than capable. Like I said, he didn't look out of place. He looked assured. If anything, he was one of the better performers against Millwall. And I really liked him there. And Hume can do a job on the left-hand side. Fantastic goal against Millwall, may I say, by Trey. Fantastic goal. So I would probably go unchanged at the back. He's in the back four. But I'm going to give you my preferred 11 now with the thought process that Lafay is totally fit. So this is the team I will go with, and this is pretty much the midfield and final third I've been screaming for a long time. Now, hear me out. I know you're probably thinking, Roberts played fantastic against Millwall, why would you drop him? This is just something I would like to see at some point, particularly heading in towards the playoffs. I'd like to see this at least experimented with and given a chance 2 or 3 times, with Dhannoo as the holder, Lafay, Jobe, Mundle on one side, Mayenda on the other, and Easter up top. I just think the direct pace of Mundle on the left, Mayenda on the right, and Jobe can link up and he can do the busy work and the physicality, or the physical work as well, and then link up with Mayenda. Lafay can slide in Isidore and do jobs himself, whilst Dhannoo being the anchor. I would just love to see that. I wouldn't be upset if Robert started, because he was fantastic against Millwall and he probably will start and deserves to. But I'm just saying I want to see this tried at least once. Of course, the back four, as I mentioned, it's definitely a bit of a mixed match because of injuries and stuff like that. But that is probably what I would like to see. If anything, if I did see this, I would be absolutely buzzing tomorrow morning if I saw that this was the team news. But let me know in the comments down below what you think what we should be going with against West Brom away from home. Now, for my prediction, I'm probably just going to be bold because it'll make it a great day for me. If not, I might be in very early and very upset, where we shall see. But I am going to go for a 2-1 win. I'm going to go for a 2-1 win, and what a fantastic win it would be against West Brom away from home at the Hawthorns. I've just realised that in the corner I have the title the wrong way around, so I'm going to change that right away, because that's really going to do my head in. There we go, that's better. I can't believe I didn't notice that until now. I'm sure someone's already commented and complained about it, but yeah, in terms of my prediction, I am going to go with a 2-1 win. In terms of goal scorers, I think we will score first. And I'm going to go with the Dhannoo goal, a rare Dhannoo goal. I think they will equalise in the first half, so it'll be 1-1. Then I think a late Sunderland winner will be on the cards. I'll go with Mundle. A dramatic finish and a cracking 3 points on the road. That's me speaking from the heart. There is a part of me in my head that is expecting a battering here. I don't know why. Don't know whether it's the Tony Mowbray effect, the fact that the West Brom are a good side anyway. Of course, they have almost a bit more to play for on paper in terms of really trying to solidify a place in the playoffs, whereas we've pretty much solidified it. at the moment. But I keep on screaming, I don't want us to have that mentality. Our mentality for me needs to be win every game in front of us to go into the playoffs with that winning momentum, not just sleepwalk into it, which I keep on screaming about. But yeah, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Sunderland win. Let me know down below what you guys think the score is going to be as well. But that is going to be it from me, guys. I know I've kind of rambled and gone off topics here and there, but of course I haven't been doing much content for you over the last week or so I thought I'd at least fill you in and let you guys know what's been going on. But anyway, let us know what you guys think about the Tommy Watson news, about what lineup you would go with, what score you think it's going to be, and all that good stuff. Let us know in the comments down below. But if you've enjoyed, hit the like button for me, subscribe if you're new. But for now, take care, stay jammy, away the lads!